No snacks?
Thanks. Thanks for my lovely free refreshing beverage.
What's that saying?
What saying?
If you give a monkey a typewriter, or if you give a monkey 100 typewriters or something? I don't know. Anyway, did you like the film?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not usually a fan of big CGI films, and they really had to get it right with this one. But it was so convincing, especially on the close-ups.
Yeah, I agree.
We two have been doing special effects since Lord of the Rings, and they've had plenty of experience of primates with Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Yeah, and of course the return of Andy Serkis, the king of motion capture. A real pioneer in a morph suit.
And he did a great job of portraying Caesar.
If you teach a monkey to type, then he'll type forever, or...
Sorry, am I boring you?
No, it's just this saying. Well, anyway, I have a problem with the whole premise of Planet of the Apes prequels in the first place.
And why is that?
Well, the original Planet of the Apes, the original 1968 version, is just such a great science fiction film. Unlike a lot of really good science fiction films at the time, it's absolutely steeped in relevant social commentary in the form of really bitey satire about race, religion, nuclear war. I mean, the basic premise is Charlton Heston is attempting to escape from this dystopian Planet of the Apes, only to discover that it's human beings' self-destructive nature that created it in the first place. I mean, the absence of an explanation is essential to the twist. The how and why of the Planet of the Apes really takes away from that iconic visual image at the end of the film.
I get that, but you're right, it is an iconic image. I mean, it's been ripped off in pop culture and on hipsters' t-shirts ever since. We definitely don't need a rehash of the 68 version again. I mean, that's what Tim Burton tried to do, and his film was awful.
Oh god, yeah.
The Rise of and the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes are based on the original series, namely Conquest of the Planet of the Apes and Battle for the Planet of the Apes. The lore was already there.
Alright, I mean, if you want to get nerdy about it.
You started with the nerdiness.
If you have an infinite number of monkeys and an infinite number of typewriters, you'll eventually produce the works of Shakespeare.
What?
No, that's the saying.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with anything?
No, nothing. I mean, it's just a saying about monkeys, and it's a theory about probability.
And you're calling me nerdy. Although now you mention Shakespeare, the film does play out with elements of Shakespearean or Greek tragedy. There's a real epicness to it that Rise of the Planet of the Apes didn't have. You've got the betrayal, the warring factions, the hubris, the fatal flaw. It's a really strong narrative for a summer blockbuster.
Absolutely. And I suppose it does bring a lot of its own updated social commentary and powerful imagery to it in its own right. I mean, there were a lot of clever shots in it.
And it is an intelligent blockbuster. I mean, especially compared to your usual high-budget CGI fare. It definitely doesn't skimp on the brains or the action. It's a really good balance of both. It's an emotional story about human nature, presented by monkeys. I mean, I think it's interesting to consider what makes us human anyway. There's a fine line between humans and animals, and sometimes it's uncanny.
Uncanny? Come on, we're barely alike. I mean, isn't that man-ape imagery kind of overdone these days?
Well, I disagree.
You've got a bit.
So you just kind of have to hang around and watch TV.